Hello Everypony, I'm Permissive Adele, and I'm going to be reading A Night to Try to Remember, Part 3 by Zaptifun. Now, I'm very sorry for how long this took me to get done, but I have two words for you guys: finals and graduation. Oh my gosh, this took so long. Not to mention I had a bunch of technical difficulties, my mic blew it, and luckily I got a new, much better mic for my birthday, so hopefully you guys like the audio for this much better. Long story short, this month and last month was a huge comedy of errors. Hopefully I'll be able to start turning these out on a more regular basis. After all, summer's here and I am not doing anything. Anyway, a big thanks out to my brother Dr. Beak, who's doing the voice of Big Macintosh. And without further ado, here it is. A Night to Try to Remember, Part 3 by Zaptifun. Well, we've heard about Rarity, Twilight, Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie, Luna said with an entertained smile as she skimmed over her notepad. That just leaves Fluttershy and Applejack. She looked up across the table to the only stallion present with them. Big Macintosh, would you be so kind as to give your account so we can finish this delightful narrative? Yeah, delightful for you, maybe, Dash muttered under her breath, earning her a silencing glare from Twilight. Macintosh sunk lower in his seat in an effort to go unnoticed. He knew it was impossible to hide his massive frame from everyone, but he was sure as heck willing to try. Macintosh, dear, there's no need to be shy, Rarity cooed. Just tell us what occurred last night.
Well...
He sucked in a deep breath and sat up straight.
I saw Fluttershy home and carried AJ home and put her to bed before going to bed myself, and that's about all that happened last night.
He smiled widely, hoping it would satisfy everyone. It went over about as well as Twilight's experiment with self-scrambling eggs. It was 4 months before Spike stopped having neurotic fits whenever a recipe book called for eggs. Applejack glowered intensely at her brother. You know I can tell when you're lying, brother.
I ain't lying,
he responded indignantly.
It's really what happened.
Yeah, but you left out all the details.
That's beside the point.
Oh, come on, Big Mac, Dash said in exasperation. Just tell us already. Pinkie added. Yeah, Mackie, you've heard what happened to everyone else, so it can't be that bad. I mean, not unless you set fire to Trickle Lake or something, but that would be just silly. Not to mention physically impossible, said Twilight flatly. Macintosh was getting visibly antsy as he tried to explain.
No, it wasn't bad or anything, but if it's all the same to y'all, I'd rather not.
Macintosh? He cringed at the quiet voice and fell silent. Fluttershy looked up at him plaintively. Could you please tell us? I'd really like to know.
Oh, consarn it. There needs to be some law against her using those eyes on others.
The last of his willpower dissolved with a defeated sigh. Begrudgingly, Macintosh started to recount the night before, picking up with Fluttershy's chat with the bouncer. I mean, it must get kind of boring standing out here all alone by yourself. Well, except for the ponies you have to ID, being out here with you too. But you don't get to talk to them at all in normal conversation or anything. Is that why you hardly ever smile? Or is it because you're making yourself look tough? I guess you're making yourself look tough makes the most sense, since you're trying to discourage underage ponies from coming in. Macintosh shook his head as he listened, wondering if Fluttershy had gotten into someone else's drink by accident. He didn't think it possible that any pony could have such a low alcohol tolerance and get drunk on half a bottle of hard cider. Now the special brew that Granny Smith kept in the apple cellar he could understand. It was a step away from being classified as explosive materials. But this was just his uncle's commercial brew, certainly nothing potent about it. He was broken out of his thoughts when the bouncer caught his eye. The poor fellow was backed all the way up to the wall as he tried to get more distance between himself and the talkative Pegasus. But every time he stepped back, Fluttershy stepped forward, albeit unconsciously, to keep up the one-sided conversation. Macintosh decided it was time to step in.
Miss Shy?
Fluttershy stopped mid-sentence and focused on him. Yes, Big Macintosh?
Rarity asked me to walk you home, and, it's pretty late as it is.
Oh, thank you, Macintosh. That's very kind of you. Angel's probably getting worried about me, so yes, we should leave now. She waved at the bouncer. "Thank you for the chat, Mr. Bouncer. It was nice talking to you." As they turned to leave, Macintosh almost swore he heard the bouncer giving his thanks to Celestia. They proceeded down the street in the direction of Sweet Apple Acres. Macintosh remembered that they would have to take a right after Trickle Stream Bridge first to go to Fluttershy's cottage. Said inebriated Pegasus trotted alongside him, happily chattering away about how much fun the night had been.
"You know, I didn't think that drinking with friends would really appeal to me, but the idea is beginning to grow on me. Do you drink, Big Macintosh?"
Just cider, Miss Shy. No liquor or whiskey.
Fluttershy giggled.
"You don't have to say miss. You can call me Fluttershy if you want to. All my friends call me Fluttershy. Well, Pinky sometimes calls me Flutters, and Applejack and Rainbow have called me Shy a couple times, but most ponies just say Fluttershy."
He couldn't help but chuckle lightly.
Alright, Fluttershy. Can't say that I go out drinking much. Just doesn't appeal to me. Not to say that I don't enjoy a good cider now and again, but I don't have much of a reason to hit the bar.
"Oh, I understand. I don't think I'd want to do this all the time, but once in a while would be fun. By the way, am I acting silly? This is the first time I've had something stronger than sarsaparilla, and actually, I don't even think I finished my bottle of cider. Not that it tasted bad. It was quite good, but I think I got distracted by Rainbow and Applejack's shot contest, and then they gave me a shot of whiskey."
That explains a couple of things.
Macintosh muttered under his breath.
"I didn't realize that whiskey burns so much. Not in the way that it hurt, but it surprised me. Then it kept burning all the way down to my throat into my stomach."
She giggled and fluttered her wings.
"But then it made my tummy warm, and that made me feel happy inside."
Fluttershy, can you push AJ back up on my back? That big rump of hers is dragging her off.
Fluttershy managed to stifle a giggle and moved around to help.
"Aw, now, that's mean, Macintosh. It's not polite to call your sister fat. Oh, hey, her rump is kind of big, isn't it?"
Told you.